Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Shay Amaro and this is how we do it in the beautiful nation. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe before you leave. Yes. So today we're going to be talking about my experience getting tested for COVID-19, what drugs I took to get over the bad flu I had, and what we can do to join the fight against the disease. So let's get into it. So on the 18th of March, I started coughing. Prior to that whole coughing episode, I took some time off work to rest because I'd been stressed. So I resumed work on the 17th. I was fine. Then by the 18th, I noticed I was coughing, and part of the regulations my office had in place was, if you have any kind of upper respiratory tract infection, that you should take some time off to rest. So when I noticed that, I was like, okay, I have a headache, I'm coughing, and I think the cough was actually quite worrying. It was really, really intense. So they told me to go home, which I did. Went home, went to relax. For the next 2 days, just mild cough. Well, not mild, it was actually an intense cough and headaches. So for me, I just thought it was just a general, okay, maybe tired. The week before I'd done tests, and the only thing they picked up was, you have traces of malaria. But come on, we're in Africa, everyone has traces of malaria in their blood. So for me, I just thought, okay, great, I can rest finally, just a few days off work. But I didn't start to worry until Friday, when I noticed I had a sore throat. And with me, the way my body works is I'm fine. I would probably not even get a cold or anything else, but as long as my throat is protected. But once my throat gets infected, it opens the door to so many things. So that happened. It was infected. I started wearing a mask at home, and my husband was like, why are you wearing a mask? I was like, I don't know. I also found out I was also in contact with someone that just traveled to the UK. So I'm like, I'm not taking any chance. Best thing is for me to get tested. Then the sore throat degraded into a fever. So I started feeling feverish. I would have chills. So 1 minute feeling hot and cold. Basically that flow, then headaches, and then the cough. So I called all the numbers that they put out there. Nobody picked up. Finally, I was able to get through to them through on the 08000 Corona. That was the only number. I told them about my symptoms. I told them about how I was feeling. Just generally described. I mean, if this was a normal period, I'll just think, okay, this is, flu that I've gotten in the past, and I just need to rest and take medications, and I'll be fine. But obviously, with everything that was going on, plus I also went to the hospital last week to do a test. So I was just like, I hope that hospital also did have some people exposed. So trying not to be paranoid, but I wanted to do what was do the needful. So I called, someone eventually picked on the 08000 Corona, and then I explained to her everything that was going on, and then she said that, okay, they were going to come and test me, but she didn't commit to a particular time that they would be here. She just told me to self-isolate, and also my husband should stay in another room. But I told my husband, I was like, babe, you need to move to another room. This is what they are saying when you go back from work. But he was like, nah, it's fine and everything. So by the next morning, which is Saturday the 21st, my fever had worsened, and then I noticed my husband too started coughing. So you didn't even have to tell him twice. He just moved into the other room, and then I was isolated in my bedroom. I couldn't even, I lost sense of I could still taste, but my smell was heightened, and basically I just felt horrible. And then my temperature was spiking at 38, almost 38.9. So that was basically health-wise I was going through. So my husband called the NCDC again, and they, we had to go through the same process of explaining and everything, and they were like, they took our addresses, and they were like, they're coming, but no one came. So it wasn't until the following day, which was the Sunday, 22nd, that my mom called a couple of doctor friends, and they were able to get through to someone from Lagos State that eventually sent a team down to my house, which you can see from the intro video. They didn't get here until really, really late. So basically getting tested, if I didn't have any sort of intervention, I don't know when exactly I would have gotten tested for this, and obviously given the fact that okay, I'd been exposed to someone, I traveled, I was just trying to do the needful, and I was also the way I was feeling. Basically, I checked out everything on the list apart from shortness of breath. So I was experiencing everything that has to do with the symptoms and just basically not feeling too good. So they came to my house in teams of two, a man and a woman, and basically the testing was pretty straightforward. I noticed a couple of gaps, which are initially when I thought about, I'm going to do this video, I was like, I'm going to talk about what they didn't do right. But I just thought, no one has dealt with this pandemic before. This is a new experience for ourselves and the government. So they didn't come into my house. When I came downstairs, which they could have told me, they should have said I should have worn a mask if I had. They didn't give me a mask immediately, and they weren't kitted. I understand that they didn't want to worry people, but I'm like, just in case, anything, shouldn't you already be protected? And then I was now thinking, is this how you've been seeing other people? So there are worries. But anyways, I live in an apartment building, so in order not to freak out my neighbors, went to the back of the apartment, and that's where they did the testing with 3 things. They ran a test through, or they took a sample from my nose, took from my mouth, and then at the last one I was told to produce, and I was like, what am I producing? Am I a cow? Like, I'm not a cow. So basically just wanted me to spit so they can analyze my phlegm. I'm not going to get into the phlegm, but people that, when you have a cold, you track your phlegm, you have to see, you have to see what color it is. So that was that process. They passed something down my throat and took that kind of gave me gag reflexes, which was uncomfortable, but it was okay. But the one I will not wish on my enemies is the one that goes through your nose. God, it's so painful. It's like shoving something down your nostrils. They don't even brace you, and basically they were just treating me like I was an infected rat. I was just like, it was a very weird feeling, but we had to do what we had to do. And by the time we're done, they took everything, they sprayed me down, they sprayed everything, and they were on their merry way. But as soon as I got upstairs, I took a shower, because I'm like, y'all are seeing other people, I don't know if you're carrying anything. So give or take, I just thought, okay, so by Tuesday I would know for sure what exactly my test results are, and by God's grace I will not be positive. So on Monday the 23rd, I still had the fever. I was still spiking. In fact, my nose was running. It was just, I felt really, really horrible. And I think that was when I'd lost the sense of taste completely. So my doctor advised that I start antibiotics. So through this process of being ill, I'd started Lemsip on the Friday the 20th. Once I developed the fever, then I was taking like fruits, vegetables, all those sorts of things. Then by Monday I started antibiotics. Now I didn't hear back from the NCDC until about a month after. Thankfully my fever finally broke on the 25th of March, which was Wednesday. It settled at a 35. Prior to that it was just spiking. And for me, what was a bit worrying about this time that I was ill, because normally I would have like a fever and stuff like that, what was particularly worrying for me was, my husband had gotten the cough, he isolated, and the Monday, which was the 23rd of March, apart from, me getting the runny nose, he started running the temperature as well. So you can imagine I'm totally down, and then he was taking care of me. He now starts feeling horrible, but I thank God he was a real trooper. He just didn't want me to worry. He was only down for a day, and then the next day he was up. We both started the antibiotics together, so everything I was taking, he was taking. Basically through this process, I just took the Lemsip. I took the full pack at 10. After I took it, I stopped because I didn't want to overdose on it. And then I took antibiotics and basically took my vitamin C, when strawberries were still available, ate strawberries and fruits, kiwis, whatever I had available, took my greens and but then once my taste left, I kind of just limited eating to morning and evening when I was taking my antibiotics, and my husband also followed that. So I did that for the next 5 days. So within the 5 days, my fever broke on Wednesday. So that was how for me I felt better. But things like I said, I noticed I had cold sores, I had just generally and I forgot to mention, I mentioned about my runny nose. I was reacting to the hand sanitizers because obviously feeling paranoid. I was washing everything. After a while, I just had to be like, I can't. It's not giving me peace. And when I felt despair, once my husband started feeling ill, I remember just playing Psalm 91. That was all I could play throughout this, just confessing that no plague or, and by Thursday, which is the 26th, my mom got in contact with her friend who was able to confirm that I was negative. Negative. I tested negative, so which was a major relief for me. And I could, when I thought back about this process, I was like, oh, I'm gonna come and talk about at the NDC and at the NCDC and just be like, you guys need to do better. But I was just like, okay, I could use my energy to do that, but I would rather just use my platform to talk to people. So how we as citizens can play our parts in actually fighting this disease. A lot of people giving towards food banks. I'll put a couple that I know in the description below. But for me, I'm starting a campaign for manufacturing homemade masks that can be delivered to hospitals that deal with special needs patients. So pregnant women, children, any hospital that have vulnerable members of society. I don't know if people are thinking about that. I recently heard about a COVID patient that passed on. She wasn't even aware that she had, and she was a pregnant woman. She had to be operated on, and I was just like, how many people would have come in contact with her at the lobby, and now that the Lagos state government has now declared it's compulsory for us to wear masks. So I'm partnering with Katie Wang. All the details are down below, and Donate NG. And basically it's 300 naira towards a mask for production of 1,000 masks. The goal is to produce and supply 5,000 free masks to as many maternal and children's hospitals across Lagos State. If we can get more donations towards this cause, that would be fantastic. None of it is coming to me. Everything is going directly to the manufacturers, and I'm hoping that we can get as much as possible out there so that it is not a case of we're exposing so many people to risk. So it's the basic protection that each person or each individual should have. So for me, that's just one way we can join in and get involved. If you want to get your companies involved as well, that would be great. It's not building a hospital or building a bed, but it'll go a major way, towards making things better. So I just wanted to tune in and just share my experience, share how scary it was getting tested, but thankfully we have overcome, and if we play our part, we'll definitely win against COVID-19. So please stay safe, practice social distancing, wear the right protective gear, and join us in this fight. Share with your friends, your family. This is such a great initiative, and it's a great way to just give back to our society and also play our part in fighting against this disease. So I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. My name is Shay Amaro, and thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I can update you on the progress as we go. Thanks. Bye-bye.